the most important thing in between coaches and athletes. Look at my first picture. Can you see that? Can you see that? Dad and son playing baseball. Okay, what I want to tell you only one. Look, these two people, athlete and coach, they are looking at the same direction. They're looking at the same direction. This is our main point. Coach and athletes, they have to look at the same direction. They have to have and develop the same understanding of training process and relationship. You know that all relationship, they based on understanding one, mutual respect, two, mutual trust, two, and predictability. What it means, predictability? That's simple. I have to know what I can expect from my athlete, and my athlete has to know what he can expect from me. What he can expect. From the coach, what it means coach for me? For me, coach is the primary caregiver. I am, after your parents, the second person who will take care of you. I have to be absolutely sure and provide to you security during practice, safety during practice, and of course, the most important things, emotional support. Coach always have to support athletes emotionally at practice. Yes, coach has to teach, but sometimes coach has to convince and push athlete to do certain workout, and coach has to push athlete to give 100% of effort for practice and especially for competitions. You see, sometimes what how I will look at a relationship in between coach and in between athlete. I would say we have business with you. Coach and athletes, we have common business with you. But now our percentage in this business, how much we put in this business, is absolutely different. Coach will put 35%, and I'm expecting from my partner to get 65%. What you need for this? Even in business, you have to build up really very good relationship with your partner. The same here. Don't think it's so easy or it can be done overnight. No, guys. You can't imagine how difficult it is on both sides because we are different people. Athletes coming to me and what you have to do, I, as a coach, I have to be ready only for positive, only for positive things which I will see in my athletes. Even I don't like his hairdo, but if the athlete has this hairdo, I have to accept it. I have to be positive about this. I have to show him that it doesn't bother me. I don't care. I'm really like his appearance. Athletes come into the practice and they don't like my shoes. But they have to accept my shoes. You know, maybe I don't have opportunity to have another shoes. Or maybe my feet, I'm pretty old, maybe my feet hurt me and I have to wear these shoes. You know what I want to tell you? Please be positive to each other. Try to talk about very easy, simple things and try to get understanding. For example, do you like this weather in Trivandrum? Yes, I do, but only in January and February. You know, you have to try to initiate conversation with coaches. When you will develop your conversation about really very easy things, you know, it will be easier for you, build up your relationship in future. That's what I want to tell you. For developing relationship in between athlete and coaches, responsible both are responsible. You know, when I came to India and I began to coach national team, I just told my athlete, please don't worry, I am really very experienced. Yes, I do not know you, but you will help me to know what kind of workout you like, what you don't like. Some of the athletes trust me immediately when we discussed a few workouts. Some of them not. I want to tell you, some of them just didn't know English and they couldn't understand me. And they everything doubted. One of them, it was Jabir. He's unique athlete, unique. He's very short, and he is probably the shortest runner who is running 400 meters hurdles. Of course, I immediately saw his problems, technique hurdling, and I tried to correct him, but he opposed. He was in the confrontation with me. And it took a little bit, maybe about a month or 4 or 5 weeks, just to slowly to convince him that this is most comfortable for him and more effective. And after Asian Games, when he got third in hurdles and showed his personal best, at the very this day, something around midnight, somebody knocked into my door. I opened the door of my hotel room and it was Jabir over there. He smiled, and I know that he smiled and cried at the same time, and he offered his medal to me. You know, he understood that I helped him. And from this moment, even we still had language barrier, but we didn't have any barrier in our relationship. And if he didn't understand something during practice, he always used the help of my assistant Rajmon to understand this better. This is the second reason, and maybe even one reason, when we coaches and athletes has to understand each other to make practice more successful. You know, two sides, I already told you, my side and athlete's side. And we expect something from each other. I expect something from you, you expect some certain things from me. My things, 3D, show me please. My things is very D, very, very simple. You expect from me that I'm smart enough, I know enough, and I'm a leader. Yes, coach has to be a leader. What I expect from you? First, dedication. If I see that you want to do what you're doing, that you have goal, you have target, you have desire to be good. And what you need for this? You need discipline. Believe me, discipline is really very important, especially here in India. because to have practice, sometimes we have to get up at 5:30 in the morning to go outside and practice. Your body's still sleeping, your system's still sleeping, but you have to wake up yourself and do workout. That's what is very, very important. Discipline. Discipline, and learn how to be on schedule. Because when you on schedule in your life, you will progress, believe me. I was, when I moved to America and became a coach of one of the Texas State universities, I had opportunity to compare, student life. You know that American sport based on students, and sport life, athlete sport life, who is in special camps preparing for competitions in Russia, former Soviet Union. They didn't do anything except preparing for competition. American students, at 8, they have to be at practice. In school, at lessons, at lectures. At 12, they have to have lunch. At 2, they have to be at practice. At 6, they have 1 hour rest. And at 7, they have to be in the lab doing their homework. This is schedule. And their life is on the schedule. You have to know what you're gonna do every other hour. You have to be prepared for this. Right now, in pandemic situation, just example, what we are doing with Himadas. First month, nothing. I didn't understand what it means, quarantine. She didn't understand. We couldn't find the way. And after that, we decided to build up schedule. We're getting up at this time, doing this. At 11, after practice, you have rest 2 hours. After rest, we discussed everything with him. And she told me, Coach, I used to listen from 40 to 50 songs during the day. No, I told her, no, that's too much. Let's cut to 20 songs every day. And each song 4 minutes, just average. 20 songs multiply 4, it's 80 minutes. Okay, 80 minutes. You have to dedicate, you have to do something to improve your English. Thank you, internet. You can do it right now easily. And she's doing this, and she is practicing, and her results at practice is absolutely amazing. And she's not tired anymore mentally because she knows what she has to do every other hour. The same in your life. Please don't think that you are involved in sport 24 hours a day, it's good. No, you have to do different things. You have to show your intelligence. You have to read more. You have to read something how to improve and increase your mental toughness. And also, you always have to remember about your special responsibility. What I mean special responsibility? This is to think about your family, what you have to do for your family, to think about your team, to think about your countries, everything you have to know. You have to feel and learn how your country lives, what is the most important. And again, this is the topic to discuss with your coach and show your coach that you are trying not to be only good athletes, you are trying to be educated person. And believe me, it's very impressive. I don't want to tell you the name right now, but when we moved from one airport and to the other airport, and I saw one athlete reading book, which was very interesting because mostly our athletes right now prefer to be on the phone. And he had been sitting and reading the book. When I look at his book, it was classic book. And what melted my heart, it was classic writer from Russia. You know, my attitude to this athlete changed immediately. I understood him better. And I began to trust him better than did before. You know, that's what, from my side, from coach's side. I know that I'm absolutely honest on this. What I like about Indian coaches, when we have competition, Indian coaches looks like they have a best party in their life. Always very good t-shirt, always new shoes, and they look perfect. But in Europe, it's different, you know. Sometimes coaches can look not really very accurate, how they dressed, how they look. And I heard from, especially from girls, not from guys, my coach is okay, but I feel ashamed when he's coming to me during the practice because he looks like not very good, not very representative. That's also, you know, this is your right, that you want to see your coach always beautiful, always accurate, always concentrated on what he is doing. When you are coaching the group, first of all, during the practice, I used to say, guys, I am a dictator. During the practice, you are supposed to do what I told you. No any discussion. But after practice, of course, we have to discuss what was done. How did you feel? But please, guys, don't wait that coach will ask you about this. No, so many athletes and sometimes coach thinking about something. Don't hesitate to came to coach and ask him, coach, do you have a minute for me? Every coach needs feedback after practice. Every coach. Because if you absolutely sure that you're doing right things at practice, you have to get feedback from athletes. And who is responsible for this? Only athlete. Guys, you have to give your feedback to coach. Next, it was mentioned by President that a lot of athletes is overtrained. Yeah, I fully agree with this. You know, you as a coach have to remember, tired body cannot run fast. But how do I know what level of how tired you are, what level of tiredness you have? Only athlete can tell coach. And don't be shy. Don't think that if I tell coach that I am tired, he will think about me that I'm not tough. No, that's not. Before that, we already built up our relationship with you, and I know that I can trust you. I can trust you. If you are telling that you are tired, you can ask additional day off from me. And sometimes a lot of athletes, they are trying to be very tough, and when competition coming, they don't have energy, not physical energy. They don't have mental energy. They don't know how to push himself. And you know, I remember one thing that gave me a really, really very good push to trust people, athlete in USA, in Texas, when I was a coach, and we had the main important competition. On the results of this competition depends athlete will get his scholarship money for next year or won't. And one guy, he did really very well. And all of a sudden he began to show good results at practice. And I'm trying to change his workout to make it less. And in any case, he's going down, down, and down. And after that, I asked him, listen, Adam, what's going on with you? Why you're not productive at practice as you used to do? And he told me, Coach, can I trust you completely? I told him, okay, can you trust your parents? Trust me as you trust your parents. And he told me that months ago, he decided to join university fraternity. What it means, fraternity, is the union of young men who build up their future all together. They will support each other in future. But you have to show them that you are tough enough. And every 3-4 days, they're giving him absolutely different assignment. For example, don't sleep for 72 hours. Can you imagine what not to sleep for 72 hours and after that go for practice? Or swim 5 kilometers, something like that. And before his very important competition, he was supposed to go through these tests. And he's not supposed to tell it anybody. And he told me, Coach, they're watching me if I'm going to practice, what I'm doing in practice, blah, 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 blah. And they analyzing everything. I shouldn't sleep at all. And I told him, okay, go to, I gave him the key and told him, go to equipment room, lock inside and sleep as long as you can. He slept 11 hours. 11 hours. And on the very second day, he was second at very important competition and earned his scholarship for future. You know, that's what relationship, when I can ask you to do something, or you can ask me to do something. And on this trust, you can build up your relationship at training. And if coach tell you, listen, today you have to die at practice, and you have to do that. And in 2 weeks, he will tell you, no, it's really very easy today. And again, you have to trust him. Next, it is very important. It's already more for coaches than for athletes. We are human beings. We have to plan our life. For this situation, we used to do weekly plan, and my assistant, Rajmon, he always put it on the internet. And when we are starting our week, we let everybody know the week program, the whole week program. And we explain why we follow this program. And we are giving them idea what will be better for them to concentrate this week on Monday, on Wednesday workout, or on Saturday workout. A lot of athletes right now, they already know, understand. If they do not understand the direction of workout, what it was done for, they have to come to me, to Rajmon, to Coach Basant, to all our coaches team who works with 400 meters and get explanation. It is very important. If you have doubts, you are absolutely welcome to show these doubts, to explain us what you're expecting. Or weight room. Some of you prefer different exercises. You know, again, let's talk, let's discuss. If I won't be able to convince you to switch, I will accept your opinion. That's what, again, I'm telling one more time. This is our common business. I'm taking care of my part, and you are taking care of your part. But one more thing. You always have to keep yourself absolutely devoted and dedicated to your goal. And each season, Federation and myself, we are starting with what is your goal to the next season? What is your goal to the next month? One more interesting thing, when you're talking, coaching a big group of athletes, you absolutely sure will have practice champion on your group. The man or the girl who always runs faster than anybody. But when competition coming, he can't run fast. When he is running at competition, running by himself, showing perfect results. Coming to the competition, can't do anything. And his results even worse, or her results even worse than at practice. And we have to solve this problem. We have to find solution. Maybe you can run against somebody using gap at competition, at practice, Maybe you have to choose more stronger athlete and run with this athlete and try to keep up with him. I don't know. It's absolutely, it should be done all together. You have to discuss all opportunity how to get rid of this block. But that's pretty often. Another way how to get out of this: compete as much as possible. Everywhere. It doesn't matter what kind of level competition of it. If you have around you any competition, go and compete. Sometimes maybe to get rid of this, compete not on your favorite distance, compete on different distance, a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. But the idea is only one. In any situation, athletes and coaches, you have to understand each other. You have to respect each other. You have to complement each other. It costs nothing for you to smile and to say some good things. What you need for this? You need a really very good, friendly environment in your group. With athletes, you are working together. You have to understand, if everybody has a very high dedication, is everybody coming to practice and smiling to each other, it's already environment for good workout. I want to encourage you only one. Yes, you remember about your practice, about how sometimes you have to be tough mentally. This toughness help you to maintain consistency from day to day, from week to week. You have to always remember about motivation to achieve your goal, but also remember forever, you join the sport. That's not short trip on the road. It is a long, long journey. And this journey can be up to 8, 10, or even more years longer. Can you imagine how much patience you have to have? And I wish you and your coaches good luck on this journey.